Very interesting question.
The threat was a 5. That was the threat. Parang kung hindi ko daw nasagot yung tanong niya. Oo, basta 5 daw niya ako.
But in the end,
I think I got a 175.
Okay, up to the more serious question. How do you make someone or a child who is very shy, how do you help them communicate with their parents? Or what are effective ways to make them communicate with others? Shyness.
Well, extrovertness is overrated. In the academy, we tend to label people as smart when they talk more, when they are, articulate, when they English more, right? Even among children, when children are speaking in English, do you notice that adults are kinder to them? Adults notice them, oh, what is your name? I speak English. What's this? And so, basta, pag hindi masyadong English speaking, adults tend to ignore the kids. So, malabel natin na when you are extrovert, when you are fluent and articulate, you must be a smart person. Fortunately, in the academy, now the rubrics are changing. Introvertness is validated. So what used to be just a shyness and a certain brand of snobbiness is now accepted as another version of being a person. Right? So people who are shy, this is the worst thing that we can do to our children, to force them not to be shy. When we ask them, wait, kiss ka kasi, just imagine you don't like to, you don't like to interact. The least that you can, you greet them, you say good morning, but if they don't want to hug, we should always ask permission for children, right? Never pat the head of a child. The child is at the door. So we go down to the level of the child. This is very important. In order for us to connect to a child, we don't need to be clowns. Does it make sense to you? We don't know. Okay? We just need to be persons, and we ask permission. So we get down to the level and we say, pwede bang makahalik? Pwede bang mag-shake hands tayo? And then if the child is not yet ready, she is not yet ready. Build your way around the child to connect to a child. Do not distract the child. Do not maybe talk. Ilang taon ka na, ang ganda naman ng damit mo, pwede bang humawak sa damit mo? Ang ganda mo naman, pwede bang ka tayo mag-hug? Okay? Always ask permission. Because the child is an adult, the child cannot pretend that he or she likes. You have to prove your way around the child. Prove yourself that you're a good person.
I think something...
Okay lang, parang masyadong hanash.
Something similar to sa question. Ito naman, how do you communicate to children about self-entitlement? Even to parents na hindi nila na-realize that they are spoiling their kids.
Close to home. Siyempre, kami ay pinalaki na limited ang resources. Okay? I am also an advocate of no gadget. Sorry. So, when I speak among parents and I tell them, you know what, my kids, they only play 1 hour once a week with any smart gadget. Paano yung ginagawa? Siguro Hitler ka. Okay. But I am able to do that. It's not always a peaceful process. There's always challenge from the kids. But I am able to do that. 1 hour every Friday. Okay? They get to choose. Do they play Plants vs. Zombies? Do they watch YouTube? Do they watch, movies? But I am able to do that. Why? Because I am teaching them, at sinasabi ng argument, you know what, mahuhuli ang mga anak mo. Ang mundo natin is a digital world. Sabi ko, alam mo, mag-YouTube lang ako, alam ko na yan eh. But I cannot teach them this lifelong skill of being tolerant of people. So my kids play outside. They play outside. They are the dirty, smelly kids. In children's parties, they are the ones killing each other. Alam mo yung parang, may nabasa. Sino yun? Yung mga anak ko yun. They are the children parents. Okay? Why? Because they don't have the iPads and the smartphones. The kids, the other kids, they are behaved because they have the iPads. And they wait the fun to start when the MC comes or the mascot. Pag wala pa, are you having fun yet? How do you have fun? Oh, not yet. All my kids, they bore each other to death. So entitlement, it is actually just telling them why this can't be given to them. Okay? And since I am waray, palaging humorous ang pagkwento. Nandiyan lang naman yung iPad, nandun lang naman yung smartphone, bakit hindi? Kasi hindi pwede. Ano gagawin namin? Maglalaro ka sa labas, tutulong ka sa bahay. Bakit hindi pwede? Paulit-ulit lang. It's always that, you know? Paulit-ulit lang. It is repetitive. Nakakarindig. Di ba nag-seminar na tayo? Seminar talaga ang term ko. Di ba nag-seminar na tayo last week? Hindi nga pwede kasi mamaya ko lang, 15 minutes lang, YouTube lang, ano lang, okay, 15 minutes, mga assignments, mga animal eating plants, mga ganyan. Tingnan mo 15 minutes. Mamaya yan, andun na nag-plant versus zombies na. Sasabihin mo na, alam ko magagalit ka na sa akin kasi tatanggalin ko na yung iPad, pero tatanggalin ko na. Nagagalit ka na sa akin kasi tinatanggal ko na yung iPad. Alam niya hindi siya. And then after a while, naglaro na siya sa kalsada. So I think that's it. The entitlement, do not be afraid not to be popular with your kids. Right? I guess, tinuturuan ang laki ng entitlement kasi ang parents, we don't want them to cry. We don't want them to argue with you. We don't want them to be uncomfortable. We don't want them to just, because we are afraid that, baka kulang ang pagmamahal natin. Hindi yun eh. Hindi yun. I don't know if this is the right method. I'm not really a parenting. But I hope this will be good.
Mas challenge na sa parents yan kaysa sa kids. Sabi ka. Alright, do we have time for a few more?
One last question. One last.
Alright.
So, Dr. Julian, how do you influence your students to give quality communication through social media?
Well, we have subjects in the College of Mass Communication about social media literacy, but even that, pumapalya pa rin talaga yung mga bata. There is this thing called oversharing, there is this thing called, but, okay, for all of you here, I would like to establish that it is no longer a debate that smartphones are addictive. That day, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, we were still debating, are smartphones addictive or not? Maybe not, maybe yes. The findings as of 2019 would tell us they are addictive. Sometimes the term used is euphemistic, it's media dependency. Okay, so imagine giving your the typical age that parents allow children to have smartphones at 11 and 12. It seems safe. World Health Organization now suggests delay it further. 17, 18, because it is addictive. Okay? Social media behavior is difficult to teach. What is the implication? If the young generation has a different notion of what is private and what is public, sabi ni Diwa, may 11-year-old girl, Mommy, ang profile picture ba na selfie sa loob ng CR Is it private or is it public? It's a very good question, right? It's a selfie inside their CR, but it is a profile pic. Ang tanong niya, private ba yun or public? I was very quick to say, it is private. It shouldn't be the profile. Now, pero sabi niya, mami, isipin mo, nasa CR, pero nasa public space ng Facebook. Wala pa siyang Facebook. At 11, no Facebook. Pero see, the young generation whose notions of private and public are changing, these will be the lawmakers of the future. Therefore, the laws of the future about privacy may be different from the laws of today. Nagigets natin? Diba? So sa akin talaga, let us not really herald the smartphones particularly as the solution to everything. Okay? Our regulation of it really matters. And it is not about curtailing information that the young deserves. It's not. It is curtailing the development of tolerance for people. They no longer can tolerate people. They can no longer tolerate old people like me speaking in front because I'm not moving. I am not, I don't have special effects. I am not glossy. So just think of it. The substitution of your child engrossed with these amazing stories about this dog crossing the wire in Africa, about this child in Cambodia being able to sing a song while dancing and so on and so on. They're just enthralled by this world, right? But do they know they actually have a conversation with their best friend? My assignment sa akin 11, anong pangalan ng tatay ng best friend mo? Anong trabaho ng tatay ng best friend mo? And she knows these things. Unfortunately, for many of the young, they sit together for hours. They are not heart to heart like this because they are side by side like this and they are looking down like this and talking about that dog crossing the wire in Africa. And they don't know what each other is going through. Diba? They know about, sa akin talaga, kilalanin ng kapitbahay mo. Paano kung pedophile, kilalanin mo nga eh. Kung pedophile, huwag kang lumapit, right? So my kids are friends with other neighbors' kids and I befriend my neighbor. It is literally befriending them. Ang aking pagliligaw po ay sa loob ng 5 taon. No kidding. Kakatok, ulam, sarap. Kakatok, ginataan, sarap. Okay? After 5 years, there was a breakthrough. And suddenly, may ulam na kapalit. So that I will know if the people inside that house are pedophiles or not, right? Pedophile ba kayo dito? Hindi naman. So, okay. So, when we teach our kids to be out there, we are telling them to scrutinize people. Smell them. How do they smell? Okay? Tell them to be tolerant of people's imperfections.
We actually have time for one more. Yeah. Sorry, you're actually off the hook. We have 4 more questions. This is normally the giant jump in the question. You guys, mag-seatbelt kayo para sa tanong na to. Young people are so impressionable, making them so prone to mistakes in love life, money issues, or even joining the NBA rebels. Okay, how do you confront their issues and still be a friend?
UP students are like that. But you will see a variety of them. There are those who are easily drawn to the rebellion. They are the ones who parang, nakutong batang to next na mamumundok na to. But please understand that this is a small number of UP students. Hindi to yung parang, huwag mo ipag-UP yung anak mo kasi mamumundok na yan. Very. Some are just drawn to many other kinds of distractions. So I will give you an example of a student who was really recruited. The mother was really heartbroken. She was calling me every time, have you seen my daughter? Have you seen my daughter? I think she has just go up the mountains already. Okay? Walang masabi. Then I saw the kid. She was marching in a rally. passing through the college of mass communication. But I know the agony of the mother. But since she's really a good student, you know, she's a very brilliant student. So right in the rally, a very entitled teacher. Dito ka. Alam mo ba ang inabis ng nanay? Okay? So I just cornered her. Sabi ko, whatever it is that you're doing, I have no control over that. But here's my phone. Here is your mother's number. You call her, you talk to her, I will be here with you. Because the mother has been trying to find her for one full semester. And she called. And they cried. So there are things I cannot control. I have no control whether or not their student will really join the rebellion or whatever. I have no control over that. But as a teacher, I have that tamang-tapang na magsutsot. Ay, sabi ko nga, ano, yung damit mo, sino bumili niyan? Hindi mo pa nga kailangan, wala ka mga pera pang palunti. What is the punchline in this story? After a semester, she got pregnant in the mountains. And she came home crawling back to her mother because the movement did not support her. Okay? But why am I so confident in calling her? Because I am a friend, you know. My persona in class is not a professor. It's always a persona that nandito ako ngayon sa harap because I was born ahead of you. I was born in 1978. That is, yun lang ang lamang ko sa inyo. Had it been a different circumstance, I would have been there and kayo ang teacher ko. So I don't have that air of superiority. And so my students, regardless of their inclinations, tend to come to me because my door is always open. Sa ibang teacher, hindi siguro yung magagawa na, dito nga, tawagan mo yung nanay mo. Okay? Because the student respects me. Because she knows that I respect her. Yun lang. Kaibiganin talaga. Kaibiganin ang mga bata. But don't be afraid to be the adult. Yun, hindi, sabi nga, don't be best friends with your child. The child does not need any more best friend. Be the unruffled parent, but be a friend.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Julia. Sorry kasi lang naman sobrang haba. Napakalamin ko na. So, we'll see you again. Will you be staying for the rest of the afternoon? At baka meron pong magpipigil sa inyo dun sa labas with even more of their questions later.
Sumuksot din sa inyo sa labas.
Sumuksot din sa inyo. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's time for us for our raffle now. Alright, thank you. Okay, I know. Oh, and our gift to you. Thank you for coming and joining us. Gracing us with your presence today. Sumama sa picture. Alright, thank you so much, my beautiful partner. 17. Earlier, we said 11 na minor, but actually we have 17 more coming your way, minor raffles. Later on, we have 4 main raffle plus the TV.
Yeah.
And then the TV, the flat screen.
Surprise yung mamaya na namin sasabihin.
Kung ano yung mga
Yes. Right now, we have 17.
Ano yung sasabihin ba natin sa kanila kung ano yung minor raffles na pwede nilang mapanalunan?
It's a surprise also.
Surprise, okay. Surprise! Let's start with our first winner.
Mahiwaling ba ulit?
Ticket number 313 is Chona Coloran. Chona, with ticket number 313, this is you. Joy, go please to our area with the black and white photos. The lovely Jane will be there to greet you and give you your prize.
And next winner, we have number 479, Reby Catalan. Yay! She's right there.
Let us know if you are here, okay? Because if you are not, we are going to give it to somebody else.
Yes.
Alright. Number 273, Maricel Gallardo. Maricel Gallardo, are you here? Yes, Maricel. Get your prize there. At the back, please.
Next, number 058, Olive Jimenez.
Olive.
Yes,
music pa tayo, pwede pwede.
Medyo masaya naman tayo.
Mag-noon time show natin dito. Okay, ticket number 380, Tech Cruise. You have won a raffle prize.
Okay. Next winner, number 098, Jocelyn Boldios.
Yes! 098.
Are you here? Are you here?
Are you here? Ticket number 98?
Yes, nandun siya.
Alright. Who has got ticket number 458? 458 is Eva Villanueva. I think this is Villanueva. Is this Eva Villanueva? Yes, alright. Congratulations. Ticket 458.
Next up, number 325, Diana Espiritu Santo.
Wow, Espiritu Santo talaga.
Yeah, Holy Spirit with us.
Okay. Number 128. Nakakaloka, hindi ko alam. It's just a bunch of curves.
Bernie.
Bernie? Totoo ba yan? Bernie.
Bernie.
Boom. Number 128.
Yeah, andito ka?
Number 128, are you here?
Yes!
Yay! Okay. Buti na po hindi ito penmanship contest. Okay, ilan na ba tayo?
Next winner, we have ticket number 477, Rachel Ann Lantaka. Ang daming fans ni
We
Rachel.
have 10 more. 7 more. Hindi ako marunong magbilang. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Like 7 more. We need 7 more. 7 more winners.
Okay, number 315, Beth Salva.
Yeah! Alright. 6 more. Number 534 is Jennifer Solieza. 534. Congratulations. Alright, 5 more.
Ticket number 553, Jolly Rodriguez.
Woohoo!
Yay! Saya.
4 more. Oops. Ticket number 135 is Kathleen Kalawa. Yes? Alright, congratulations, number 135. I think we have 3 more.
3 more, the third one, ticket number 326, Fernadette Calleja. Next, 2 more na lang, last na to, last 2.
Yeah, I know. Hang on. I feel like I dropped. Is there a ticket that was there a ticket that fell? No, never mind. Okay. So we actually have. Let's see. Let's count that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Right here.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 2 more.
More, number 501, Kim Penoler. Yes, she is right there.
And our final, what do you call this? Minor raffle winner is ticket number 532, Perlita Ama. Perlita Ama, congratulations! Go to the back and claim your prize. Don't forget, we have 4 more main raffle winners. And we are giving away a flat screen TV, okay? So stay put for that. We have, of course, one more speaker. I'm sure you all know who it is. That we are excited for. Are we ready to move forward? We are taking a break for 20 minutes. Okay. Drink all your water. Buy all the merchandise downstairs. Eat your food, please. Buy food from the stalls downstairs.
Picture muna po tayo.
Hashtag.
Please
What's
don't
our
forget
hashtag
to use
again?
the hashtag Bloom Ladies Conference 2019
Yes.
and hashtag Blooming with Confidence.
Please put it in all of your Instagram and Facebook posts so that we can collate and collect. And we have a camera. Our photographers are going around, no? If they have that gold band on their wrist, don't be shy. You can tell them to take your photos. We encourage you to have your photos taken with them. And we'll see you back here in 20 minutes. And when you come back, Maricel Laksa is going to be here for our final engagement of the day. Yes.
Ay, kumain na ako. Hindi ako nahirapan. barbecue.